Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares, and it's time for a controversial view. Today we're going to be talking about Subservience. Now, I basically have no history on this film, and there is a lot to unpack here, so let's talk about the controversy behind Subservience. Um, this was originally supposed to be a positive spin, and I think it was supposed to be a positive spin because a lot of people have trashed this film, yet they love Megan. Never understand that one. I don't get it, but whatever. And I think there was a key thing that happened because Joe did a minute review or a review in under a minute that he's been doing that I really like on this film. And somebody said, some comment that was made, it's not on there anymore because just letting you guys know if you say something nasty or ridiculous or if you're just nasty in general, we don't even entertain it. We just erase it. There's no point. The world's hard enough as it is. There's no need in people making things any harder than they have to be. So if you are one of those keyboard warriors, don't waste your time. You're not going to get entertained. So, one person had said, anyone who says they like this film is a effing liar. Okay. Now this was before I saw the film, and I know that Joe had showed this to me. I really couldn't believe it. I don't know why I'm surprised. People are like that these days. Um, a lot has changed in the world, but and it continues to change, and not for the better. But anyway, so he and I watched Subservience. Now he had seen it once, and he and I watched it together, and it was a first time watch for me. And I was really looking forward to it because he said, just think of Megan, but older. Okay. And that's basically what it is. I'm going to try not to spoil too much, but there are certain things that I'm going to have to talk about that are going to be a little bit towards the spoiler aspect of the film. So if you have not seen this film at all, you don't know anything about it, I am going to spoil some stuff, so you may not want to watch this right now. Although, when this is going up, everyone who wanted to see it should have. So it's up to you. So, a brief synopsis for context. A guy, his wife, and his child, he has a newborn as well. He's a foreman at a construction site, and his wife is very, very sick and needs a heart transplant. So it's just him and his young daughter and a newborn, and he's struggling because he works all the time. He's a single parent basically because she's in the hospital, and he needs help. Well, from what I gathered from watching the film, this is towards the beginning of AI, artificial intelligence, robots, um, synthetic, uh, what do they call them? Skin jobs from Blade Runner, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. So his daughter and the father are at the mall, and he sees a demonstration put on by some people. And of course, he's thinking about it because he needs help at home. And he ends up with Megan Fox. Now, she's incredibly attractive, right? And she is basically his nanny. She cleans up the house. She is basically built to serve him. And that's more or less the story until, of course, the robot goes off the rails. So we're clear. Now, what I wanted to talk about was AI and where we're headed in the future. This movie was scary to me because I know that this is where we're headed. All the movies suggest it, all the sci-fi movies, but you never think it's going to happen in your lifetime. Yet you see, or I've seen videos of robots dancing and doing normal things that they're creating now. This, of course, is much more advanced, but how far in the future do we need to go for this? I don't know. But the point I'm trying to make is that AI, in the film, you have them taking people's jobs. And that's actually happening now. If you've ever been to a Walmart, if you've ever been to a grocery store, you see all these registers that have been there for a decade, maybe more, and just been updated. Now, you very seldom have more than 2 or 3 people working behind the register, and all of them now are automated. That's taking people's jobs. It's like that at Walmart. It's that at every single grocery store that I've been to. And that's what you need to think about in the future, because they are touching on that point in this film. How is this going to affect people who have jobs? And the other thing I wanted to talk about, something for you to think about, because that's what this movie did for me. It made me think. The other aspect of the film, and this is where it gets into kind of spoiler territory, where he actually is so distraught over his wife and the things that are happening at his work that he actually has he has sex with the robot. Now, the robot has, of course, working parts, and we all know what Megan Fox looks like. If you don't, Google her. Yeah, she's gorgeous. Is it cheating? And this is one of the things I thought of, or was constantly thinking about, when we were watching the film. Is it really cheating? Now, it's looked at one way in the film. I don't want to spoil that aspect of it, but let's break it down. What are vibrators? They're robots. I've seen things for men, like uh, like virtual glasses with something that they put on their member, and is that considered cheating? Wouldn't this be the same thing? So this movie made me think in a lot of ways. And I like that, because rather than just touch on a few things like Megan did, even though everyone loved it, this asked and answered some questions and left some unanswered. And that's why I think this movie has a lot of value to it, because I know it made me think. It made my wife think, and it made Joe think. In the middle of watching this film, I told Joe, I was like, this should really be a controversial view, because I think there are questions that need to be answered. So I'm putting it to you guys. What do you think? Is this cheating? Is AI taking over the world? Should we worry about it? Have you seen iRobot? It's just things that I think about for the future, and for my daughter's future, because she's going to be around hopefully a lot longer than I will. And we have to start thinking about that kind of thing and what the ramifications are. So let me know what you guys think. And check out Subservience. Or don't. Either way, check out Joe's controversial view for Subservience. And remember, guys, physical media matters. And until next time, peace.